Welcome to the Advice Show, media with a common sense approach. So there's a hot topic here in Houston about an equal rights ordinance. And everybody's coming out, some for it, some against it. Let me go ahead and roll the clip.
New at 9 at Houston City Hall, those both for and against the mayor's equal rights ordinance let their voices be heard.
The testimony and protests came as council prepared to vote on some form of the measure tomorrow. Fox 26's Greg Grugan is live downtown tonight with the latest. Greg?
Don, Melinda, it was an exhausting day of Democratic expression here at City Hall. One side certain that rights need to be protected. The other side just as certain that some of those rights may be lost.
Shame on you, Mayor Parker. Shame on you.
It was a day when deeply held beliefs burst to the surface with emotional force.
It will be used as a weapon to bully people of faith to support homosexual conduct.
No. It's not the color of our skin, but this is a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's not a civil rights, it's an immoral right.
But inside City Hall before the council, the mayor's equal rights ordinance drew passionate support from many who say they've suffered discrimination and now demand the law's protection.
I ask for basic equal rights, not special privileges.
All I want is to be treated as an equal in my housing, in my employment, and in public accommodations. That's all any of us want. We are citizens.
Perhaps most compelling, the account of Michelle Tillison, a disabled Houstonian who says she was bullied by neighbors because she is gay and later evicted from her apartment when she complained.
I'm begging to pass the ordinance.
The biggest political news today, the mayor's decision to drop the so-called bathroom provision, which would have allowed transgender folks to pick the bathroom they felt was most appropriate. We'll see how that affects the vote tomorrow. For now, we are live at City Hall. Greg Grugan, Fox 26 News.
Now, let me give you a little backstory to the mayor, Anise Parker. She is a lesbian herself, so it's kind of like a personal stake that she has in this. Being part of the gay community, and I have to say that just for people to understand kind of why they said that the mayor is coming up with this ordinance. But we need to discuss this, like I said, it's in the news, and we discuss, all things here with respect, of course. And they say equal rights, but I want to share some things about rights just in general that we all have, no matter if you're gay or straight. Number one, it's not illegal in the United States to be gay. They will not put you in jail and convict you of being gay and you be carted off somewhere. I was speaking to a Nigerian brother, and he was telling me that in Nigeria, it's 14 years in prison if you are convicted of being gay or somebody see you do some homosexual act. It's so bad in Nigeria, he's explaining to me, two men can't even be in the same hotel room together, or somebody call the police and they suspect it being gay, they can go to jail for that as well. We don't have that here in America. If you want to be gay, you can. No one's going to stop you. If you're gay, the same Constitution applies to you as well, and those rights and privileges. We don't have a clause in the Constitution that say, well, this Constitution is for straight people, but gay people, no, this doesn't apply to them. They're not citizens or whatever. You have the same rights and privileges under the Constitution. When the guy was speaking about being discriminated against at his housing, if that particular person came out and said, you know what, I'm discriminating against you because you're transgendered, then that's housing discrimination. And there are federal laws against that. You can't do that. And if that person can prove that that's what happened, then they'll win a lawsuit. They'll mention in jobs. We have equal opportunity employment laws. You cannot discriminate against somebody because they're gay or they're a different race or whatever with jobs, or you can get sued for that. Now, what I think happened with that situation that they were just describing, but this happens to black people or any Hispanic people or anybody who has some sort of ill toward people who are different for some reason, whether it's color or sexual orientation. You try to find things within the rules to get you on, like any little thing you do. So if they did one thing wrong that broke their lease, then they can evict them on it. Because you sign that paper, they can evict you on one lease violation. They're not going to get in trouble. If, you break a rule at work, they can fire you on the spot. Texas is a right to work state. Now, that person did not like them because they're gay. But that's the reason, and they going after them, but they got to use things that's on paper to prevent them from getting sued. That can happen to anybody. It can happen to you because you're black or whatever, okay? So that just happens, unfortunately, here in this country when people have certain prejudice against you. Now, a lot of the pastors that was out there, they were speaking up against it because a lot of times pastors are put on the spot about marrying them. And Christian pastors, the ones who are 100% real, they're not going to marry you due to the fact that it's against the word of God. And you can't really violate his word. I'd rather have people upset with me and God smiling at me than God frowning at me and people happy with me. Because at the end of the day, God can do a whole lot worse to me than what man can do. So with that said, you just got to just follow your principles and your beliefs. I've always known people who were gay. And they've been cool people, the ones I've met. And they mind their business. Everybody knew they were gay. I mean, even growing up, we had people, in the hood, we knew they was gay. Nobody had an issue with that. That's why I can't stand when they say, the black community, they don't like it. No, the black community, they just not really all out with the situation, but we know people who gay. And nobody beat them up and treat them different or whatever. It's just like, that's them. That's their life. They do what they want to do. It has nothing to do with us. Only thing that I have an issue with is don't try to push it on my children, because I raise my children a certain way, and don't tell me I'm wrong for saying I don't agree with it. We need to respect each other's beliefs. You have your beliefs, we may have our beliefs, and let's just respect each other. We got to live together in this society, and everything. And, we need to just respect each other. Now, I don't believe people should be on here, using a bunch of gay slurs, saying all kind of hateful things toward gay people, just like the same way I feel about black people. Nobody need to be doing that to us either, Hispanics or Asians or Arabs or even white people too, because some people say a lot of nasty stuff toward white people. I think we need to keep that stuff, our disagreements with people, whatever, keep it to ourselves, stop using that stuff, and hating people just in general. But, this situation, I just feel that when is it going to stop? That's my thing, because gay people can even get married now. That was a big victory for them, but I mean, what else? I mean, what other rights aren't you getting? That's what I'm trying to understand. And when some things are compared to black people, well, it's the same like black people. No, it's not, because everything that happened to black people was law. Slavery was law in the United States. Jim Crow laws that discriminated against us with housing, everything was law. Segregation was law. The black and white water fountain was law. That's part of segregation. Us going to the back of the bus was law. You get what I'm saying? I mean, so, it's all this stuff that happened, with us. It's more so of a government thing against black people. But the thing that happened now, let's say with gay people, it's more so of a morality and what people just don't agree with versus it being a state thing. I mean, the state, it's actually cool these days to be gay. Shoot, the president may even call you if you're gay these days. I mean, that's how big it is now. If you say you don't agree, everybody ready to come out with pitchforks and stones to assassinate your character and assassinate everything that you have. You can lose your job and everything if you say a certain thing about gay people. So actually, gay people got more power than straight people in a lot of ways in this day and time. So I'm trying to figure out what equal rights. Now, the bathroom thing, I have a big problem with the bathroom thing. Now, they say they dropped that, but I don't want no man in no bathroom with my wife and my daughter. Sorry. And it's not the gay people I have an issue with that. It's actually more so the straight pedophiles and the straight rapists that's going to put on a wig and say he is a woman. He identifies as a woman and want to go in there and want to rape a woman or molest a girl in that bathroom. And what woman's going to be comfortable seeing some grown man in the bathroom with them? I mean, that just, come on. So I'm glad they dropped that, because that would have been a problem, a big problem. That would have caused a whole lot of outrage. So I'm glad she was smart enough to drop that issue. But I don't know what y'all think about it. Like I said, we need to discuss these issues. You know, I mean, this is part of life. This is where we live at, you know, in society. And, you know, we can discuss everything here. That's what we want to do if it's in the news. Hit me up in the comments, shoot your commentaries, subscribe.